Now God, I hate to tell you, but we've got to move on to tequila. This has come out of the blue for us because just like the Orzel, not only did it just beat what I think are some of the greatest tequilas, maybe some of the greatest spirits made right now, and won handily, but it also did well, just like Orzel, in the Ultimate Cocktail Challenge. And it walked away with 1 or 2 Chairman's Trophies in the cocktail. 2. So this is a top flight tequila. How many people here like tequila? I mean, this tequila is, it's one of those rub it all over your body spirits. I mean, or somebody that you really feel close to, not publicly, of course. I mean, but this to me, years ago, when I first started writing about spirits 20 years ago, and I was getting sent all of these types of tequilas. I was getting sent everything. Once I started writing for the Times, that was it. I mean, the door was open, and every bloody spirits importer, producer was sending spirits. And I have to tell you, 20 years ago, tequila was not this good. I mean, 20 years ago, tequila still had that outlaw, ruffian, the weird cousin in your family you never really talk about. That type, it had that kind of an image. But in that time, and as Sue and I have seen on trips, the level of distillation, the level of craftsmanship in the tequila industry has just grown exponentially over that 20 years. Phenomenal spirits. And this, I think, is really, really a prime example. I mean, I had reviewed this in the Spirit Journal before last year sometime, before we did the first spirits competition. But I have to tell you, it just blew the judges away. And judges like Dale DeGroff and Steve Olson, I mean, Gary Regan, I mean, these were the top people in the world. So what are we looking for in tequila? Now everybody, it was almost unanimous. People raised their hand. Everybody likes tequila, yeah. What is it that you like about it? What is so different from gin and vodka and that you like this tequila? Agave, yeah. Well, this is agave based, of course, and agave is not cactus. Come on, we got to shake that. Agave is not cactus. Agave is an amaryllis plant. It's part of the lily family. It's like, a yucca plant, for instance. So it's in that strain of high arid desert plant life. What I get out of this is a couple things. One, because this has been aged for about 24 to 26 months in oak barrels, small oak barrels, 600 liter, so figure 55 to 60 gallon, kind of like a wine barrel, American oak. But what I'm getting out of this is all sorts of stuff. I'm getting very piquant aromas, almost like dill, like pickle, the brine, olive brine. I'm getting jalapeno in this. And yet there's some woodiness to this. There's a resiny quality. It's almost like sawdust. That aspect to this, again, because it's over 2 years in oak, so it's going to pick up some of that. It's going to leach some of those resins, some of those classic oak tannins and lignans. It's going to leach some of that out. And it's really, really apparent in this, but the proof of the pudding is always in the taste. Okay, so let's go through our format. Any fruit? Not really. Spice? Off the charts. Extremely spicy. Is it vegetal? Meaning peppery, jalapeno, grassy? It's a lot. It's all of them. I mean, there are no wrong answers here. I mean, all of your impressions are absolutely as valid as mine or anybody. Huge vegetal quality in this that I really find appealing. Both just as a tequila shot, with a little bit of salt, but also great in a margarita. also great in a Paloma. So, I mean, this is really good distillation. And it really goes back to about 15 years ago, the tequila producers got the point that America could be just a tremendous market for them. They saw what was happening with Tex-Mex food, with Mexican restaurants, with chains of Mexican restaurants. They saw that. And they realized that if they could hitch their wagon to that surge that was happening, that they could do well. But in order to do that, they had to really get their act together with distillation. So a lot of them installed new pot stills, new systems of filtration, new methodology, so that they were coming up with world-class spirits. You know, guys, the Mexicans right now are making as good a spirit, I think, as made in the world. I mean, they have really, really raised their game. And I think hats off to them. They're our neighbors. You know, we go to visit, and it's just wonderful that we have right next door to us this treasure trove of fantastic spirits. Don't forget Mezcal also. You know, don't forget Mezcal, the ruffian cousin of tequila. So there's lots happening there. Yes, of course.
Have you tried the Blanco or Reposado, and is it as good?
The Blanco and Reposado are terrific. I really think the Anejo is their ticket to fame. Just like another favorite of mine is Partida. And with Partida, the Reposado is their ticket. You could see that silver thread through all of them. There is a stylistic similarity. But the Anejo, this is not all tequilas really are meant to spend all that long in oak. This is one that can really withstand it. Jack?
Well, it's kind of light in color for an Anejo.
Yes.
Is that because it's on the short end of the classification?
Exactly. Great question from my friend Jack Liller from Vermont. I have real reservations with many Anejo tequilas, as you know, with just from spending time with me, that many of them to me are over oaked. And they, you know, with Anejo, it's from 1 year to 3 years. That's the legal regulation for oak maturation. And I think sometimes they leave it too long. And agave spirit is very delicate. I mean, it seems like kind of a rough and ready, you know, punch you out in the alley type of spirit, but it's very delicate. Spirits are really delicate things. And if they're given too much wood, then I think they become too brandy-like. And they lose, this is just my opinion. In my opinion, the tequilas that are over-oaked lose that kind of peppery quality that I like so much. That is agave, that's what it is. The dill brine, that's agave, that's what you want. So if it becomes more like brandy, then I lose interest. So I think this one, these guys hit it right on the head. And certainly the judges just went crazy over this. So great job here.